You guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can.
having issues with my camera this morning, but we can get started. Let me see where you guys were at. Good grief. What's going on? Who's doing the programming today? Anthony?
Huh?
Okay, Anthony it is.
I think we have an Anthony in here.
Who do we have?
It's just Brady, Nathan, and Luke.
Oh. Luke went last time, right?
Yeah, I can do it this time.
Let's do Brady.
Yep.
Once my computer quits being dumb. I had to restart my laptop at like 20 after because it wasn't seeing my camera. And then took forever to reboot because it had to do updates, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm getting a late start here. But we'll get her. What is going on?
I'll be right back.
Okay, you do you. It's getting irritating.
Is something not loading?
It's like, yeah, it's still rebooting. It's going through this startup crap. There we go. All right. Come on. All right. There you go, Brady. Hello?
Whoops. So do we have nothing? Is that what I'm saying?
It's open. You just got to open up the main routine. No, it's already open. I got you.
Do you remember how to do that?
Go to main program on the left. Go down.
Down.
Up
I had not seen it.
under the folder tasks. Main task. There you
Stop.
go.
Go to main routine.
Camp
Right below.
yeah.
Really hard to see.
There we go.
All right. No, I don't remember that. All right, so we have two exhaust fans or just one? Those are move bits for our one exhaust fan. 5-second timer. So we have our green push button in, right? Yeah.
So the problem we were running into last time is it is off. The dumb bit goes off for such a short period that it just restarts the timer on delay. So you're gonna need to figure out.
Yeah. Do you guys want to you want to run it and see what it's doing? I remember what you're saying, Nathan.
Yeah. Go ahead and run it. Give me just a sec. Gotta go get a tissue.
No.
No. So go back.
No.
All right.
Just let go. Let go of the mouse.
All right. I am.
I will save you.
All right.
When you hit upload, you're taking whatever program is in the PLC and pulling it into your file.
Oh, I thought that was
If you would have
downloading.
saved that, you would have erased your
Yeah, it is the opposite. I forgot. I don't think that's ours.
That's not yours.
No, definitely not. We don't have a drive enable or distance sensor.
So sorry about that, gentlemen. So
Group 4 or group 3? Yeah.
That yours?
Yeah.
why'd you tell him?
What?
Why'd you tell him? We could have just stole theirs.
Yeah, you're right.
Why is the name invalid? All right. Guess I might have to get this camera working before we.
Well, even while we're waiting for the camera, go ahead and turn the program off real quick, Brady. Oh, it's in run. Okay. You need to figure out how to turn it off completely without it starting back up, because it has such a short delay.
So, and what is that restarting? So our timer T40 done bit is like, what is that controlling?
Huh? Oh, so
Our pump 1.
yes, yeah, it controls pump 1.
And so the done bit, I don't know why I don't remember.
No, it's fine. The done bit, basically, what will happen is the done bit will won't turn it off because it's such a quick response time that it just energizes again real quick and enables it so it never hits a done bit. So the alternative is
Add another timer.
no. Well, yes, we could do that.
Or
Or
counter.
sorry, my dog just threw up on my blanket. Yeah, we could do a counter. We could do a jump feature where
Wouldn't that just restart it all over again? Timer?
because you'd um, jump the logic down to where you see that T401 done bit,
Yeah.
and then
They'd work off each other. But shouldn't T401 be 10 seconds? Oh, no, wait, never mind, because after 5 seconds, the exhaust fan runs for 5 seconds. Okay, I didn't see what it was controlling.
Yeah,
I
the
see.
10, the
Exhaust
10,
fan. It's pump 2. Because the right selector switch will run pump 2 for 10 seconds. But we're not there yet. We have to figure this out.
I wish that logic worked. So
Hey, we got it. All right. What are we doing? Oh, we got to run it.
hmm
Okay. So what is it supposed to do now?
it's supposed to pump water into one tank, heat it up, and then pump water into the other tank and cool it down.
As of right now, I thought we just had the left selector switch running pump 1. And then which would turn the green light on. And then after
Yeah, we do. That's
pump
all we
1
have
run,
for
the
right now.
exhaust fan will run. Left.
Something ain't right there. Oh, 10 seconds. All right. How do I jog? How do I jog pump 2? Do I have a way to do that?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
We could just activate it real quick.
I'm in run mode, so if I hit the green button, right select yellow button is manual heater. Prox sensor jogs.
Oof, that scared me.
Control is on. Okay, let's put a temporary jog in here. We using the yellow button yet?
Not yet. The yellow button comes into. The yellow button is a manual heater only when control is on.
I'm gonna temporarily use the prox sensor to jog pump 1.
Prox sensor is module 1, channel
Pump
0.
2, I mean. What's the proc sensor?
Module 1, channel 0.
And pump 2 is 4-2 or 4-4.
Arc sensor? Well, what sensor?
The pump 2.
Oh, pump 2, module 4, channel 2.
So I had the green button and then the proc. There we go. Get this thing back to usable. All right, so in this process, if we hit select or left, pump 1 will run for 5 seconds. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, and then after 5 seconds, the exhaust fan will run for 5 seconds. So we have so far. But our problem was, if I'm saying this correctly, T4 0 done bit wouldn't turn off the process, wouldn't turn off pump 1 because it was moving too quick.
All right. So if I hit 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. What's going on there?
Don't know.
Where's pump 1?
Pump 1's on run 3.
T40 enable.
Is it because run 3? Alright, so on run 1, that turns it on.
Mm-hmm.
And then would the done bit in run 3 just reset it? Like we keep it on? But no, because the enable bit on run 3, the way I'm seeing it, it would like
Nothing is shutting off pump 1.
right, which is on run 3. It's just the enable and the done bit. Is it because the run bit is on run 1? What's the run bit? What's that controlling? It's not the pump though.
It's like
No.
control on.
Okay, alright. So pump 1's only on run 3?
Yeah, pump 1 is only on rung 3. The left green pilot light turns on. I'm not sure what we're doing with T41 down here.
That's our that will control the exhaust fan. But I guess we could just use T40 because it's also 5 seconds.
So the exhaust fan is supposed to be on while pump.
After 5 seconds of pump 1 running, the exhaust fan will run
Oh,
for
I got
5
you.
seconds.
I got you. Well, let's not worry about any of that right now. We got to figure out why this pump is not turning off. Pump 1 left, T40 done. I guess, why is it keep... Why does it keep counting? It's like always enabled.
Not sure.
Let's try to change this to timer timing. Why can I not? Oh. Nope.
Yeah, rung 1's just in like an infinite loop.
Here's the deal. Selector left is always staying true, so that's a problem.
So pretty much it's just skipping T40 timer timing. It's just all true.
Yeah, well, I mean, the done bit is staying. I'm not sure how we're going to do that.
Staying open, I guess. Since it's exam rifle open.
The fact that that selector left switch is
Would it be easier if it was a push button?
yeah, it would be easy. I mean, we can do this.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, why don't we switch the selector left
To green push button?
green push button, and so on and so forth. So we need to change this. So let's say.
But would that mess up our right selector switch? Wouldn't we run into the same problem?
Well, what we can do is have selector switch left is pump 1 process.
Okay.
Couldn't we just like hit the selector switch left for 1 second? Or would that just be too complicated?
Well, I mean, then you're relying on the operator to know that you can only have the selector switch in that position for a couple seconds, and then you got to turn it off.
That's fair.
You know, it doesn't make sense. So why don't we say, selector switch, left selector switch starts pump 1 process. Green push button runs pump 1 for 5 seconds. Left green. Okay, so then all we have to do is
Change
say that
our green push button. We have a green push button as control on.
We can make the proximity control on.
Yeah.
And then we can make a selector switch left, run pump 1 manually, selector switch right, run pump 2 manually, middle turns them off, and then green starts process 1, yellow starts process 2, red equals emergency.
all right, so it's kind of like we're rewriting the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I saying here? Prox sensor is control on.
Correct.
Red push button disables everything.
Correct. Control off. Green is process 1.
I just want to put the selector switches in there first with control on. Selector switch left jogs pump 1.
Yep.
Selector right jogs pump 2.
Green push and start process 1.
Green PB starts pump 1
Yep.
process. Pump 1 process. Pump 1 runs for 5 seconds.
Correct.
Yep.
Left green light indicates pump 1 is on. After 5 seconds, pump 1 exhaust fan. 5 seconds. Okay, and then yellow push button
Mm-hmm.
we're going to use for right pump process.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which that one should be abundantly easier.
pump 2 or say 10. Water heater stir pump 2 and the water heat run for 10 seconds. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Light indicates
Oh.
pump 2 is on. Top red light indicates water heat stir is on. We don't have a manual heater. I don't suppose we really need one.
Oh,
because right now we're using all of our inputs.
yeah.
I think it's more important that we can jog the pumps than jog the heater. Yeah? Yeah, you're nay.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's definitely more.
Nathan,
Yeah.
you agree? Is there anybody else in this group?
Makes sense to me.
There he is. Okay, so no yellow button heater. All right, then the last thing is digital display will show the water temp in Celsius. Can I make a suggestion? When we run this process, we can make everything work, but it takes a while for that water to heat up. I say we run the water heat and stir the entire time control is on so we can actually see the temperature go up.
You have a temp sensor
Yeah,
in there, I meant. No, we don't have it in there, do we?
we don't have it in there. Yeah, we do. Yeah, because we have it, the digital display showing the water temperatures. We have to use
Okay, and Celsius, I'm reading that right now.
So I say
So put,
pump 2 just runs for 10 seconds, and the water heat and stir run anytime control is on.
so put that before the proc sensor, like, because the proc sensor is control on.
Right. Water, stir, remain on. What did we say?
It turns on when control on.
Yeah, but then we had a pilot light with it. Which one was it?
We're not using green. We're just using left and right green, so we can do,
Top red.
yeah.
Let's put that strobe back in there. With control on, the strobe is on.
Sure.
Okay. We got a lot to change.
Yeah.
All right, Brady.
All right. So first step would be control on with the proc sensor.
Hang on, I want to move this so I can read it while you're working.
All right. Yeah, I'm kind of doing the same thing. So
All right.
if I can make this bigger, if you want. All right, cool.
All right, so let's just go rung by rung then. So rung 0, red push button. You got a control on bit, so that's good.
We have the red normally open. We
Proc
do have
sensor.
that. So just change
Yeah.
green push button with proc
Yeah.
sensor.
Yeah, and do you see the proc sensor on rung 2, you can just drag it up.
Yeah. Wait, that's pump 2.
Well, we can go to that later. We're just going rung by rung now.
All right.
So you can drop that. Yeah, you either delete that or
I'll
move.
drop it down.
Yeah. So
So-
procs, control on, good. Control on, selector left. Well, what else do we need while the control is on?
The strobe light.
The strobe light and
And then the water heater.
water heat and stir.
We just add that in the same rung.
Would
Do we have strobe already?
we don't have it on there yet? No.
All right. Oh wait, that's a rung. I don't know what.
Except we don't want it in series, right?
Yeah. But what?
And that's an input. We need an output.
All right.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Wait, why'd you delete it?
Because I had a branch right here, like right in the middle of the logic.
Well, if you move the B30 where it needs to go, then it'll move. What are you doing?
Wait, what are you talking about? B30?
Not that one. Put a
This
parallel rung around that one. Yeah, the output. We need two
Oh,
outputs on there.
yeah.
Then you put the heater in there.
Is that good?
Yeah, just grab
Alright.
the output energize instruction. It'd be under favorites.
Right there. And then let me look it up. I have it opened already. The heater is module 4, channel 7. That one right there. And then wait, hit that little arrow right there. Yep. There we go.
And then we want to add the strobe light.
The strobe light is module 2, input 0.
Says, what does it say? Fault?
To output.
Read back? Yeah. 0.
Yep.
Oh.
So now let's get back to figuring out why. Take the selector switch off and then make it the push button real quick. And let's see if that works. Before we
We
run
change the
it.
timer timing.
No. That's fine. Get the normally yep. Get a copy of that from up top.
Which one? The control on?
We need a
Yeah.
new examine if closed and
Examine it. Yeah.
selector. Right.
All right.
To jog the right pump.
Right there. You were over it.
Which one?
The
Pump
down
2?
there. Yep. Right there. All right. So and then you're going for
Selector left.
which is
Right.
module 1, channel 2. It'll be an input. Yep.
Oh wait, module 1.
Yep.
Now we want selector right,
Oh,
don't we?
not selector left. I don't know. I'm not looking at the.
Here, I got you.
Selector right jogs pump 2.
Yeah. Selector left jogs pump 1. Let's do. No. So it's selector right is that module 1 channel.
Give me a sec. Sorry, I have multiple
You
tabs
maybe-
open right now. Right is 3.
All right.
I have a tab for
And
our
that
processes.
selector right needs to be examined if closed.
How do I change it through?
Double click on the instruction itself. Double click on that.
Double click.
Just change the O to a C or do that. Yeah.
All right. Let's give her a
So that's
run.
pump 2. You want to run it now or keep going?
Scroll down just to see our logic real quick. So we got it that
Right now, we pretty much just have timers in controlling the exhaust fan. So we got the exhaust fan running on a 5-second timer.
Hey,
Our new
before
process.
you want to download it, let me have it back real quick. There's something I want to add just for me.
All right.
Are you ready to roll or?
But yeah, we can test it so far. Just make sure everything's.
Okay. I just want to add a couple of things here. Man, my mouse is not working.
What do those E's mean?
Means you're editing that wrong.
Oh, that makes sense.
Let's see. So this is going to be. All I'm doing is bypassing the drive enable. Every time you power off the drives, it faults out.
Yeah. We noticed that when we were actually in class.
So I'm gonna
So you add those before what?
with control on, I'm gonna enable the drive, and then all goes off. Maybe I don't need to do that one.
so we have to do this for the other drive too, or does the other one have a frequency drive?
No, it enables both the drives.
Okay. So how's everything in Zach's world?
Mine?
Yeah.
That's going. All right. So now when you hit control on, it should enable the drive. Anyway, let's test this thing out. So scroll on. Oh, that's the prox. Prox is on. Water heat.
Oh, I forgot that's what happens.
Water is heating and stirring. Drive enable. If I hit selector right, runs that pump.
I can't see. Is it grading it?
Yeah, it's pumping from the right to the left. Are you guys able to pin the video
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah.
so you can
Yeah, I
see,
did
you actually
too.
see it moving then?
Yeah. I would like it to get
Yeah.
down to that bottom line before we run the.
Is there an even amount of water in there so you won't overflow it? Or did you just fill them both up?
No, I kind of just put some in one and some in the other.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going on. If I hit the green button, then it should fill.
Is it stirring you right now? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes.
See it stirring, this little thing?
Yeah, a little bit. I couldn't tell if it was crappy quality on my end or.
No, the tanks need to be cleaned a little bit. But I don't know if you can see the pilot lights on the thing. Can you?
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
will tell you whether or not it's heating and stirring.
Okay.
Oh, the top red pilot light is supposed to be on when the water heat and stir is on, so we'll need to add that. Okay. So this should run for 5 seconds. 4, 5, good. Exhaust fan comes on at 32 hertz for 10 seconds.
There's no 10-second timer.
This one never started. T40.
All right.
T40 never enabled this timer, or did it?
40. No, because pump 1 has to be on, right?
Well, pump 1 came on for that 5 seconds and stopped, so that was
Okay.
good. The exhaust fan came on when T41 was enabled, so it was enabled.
Then it stopped after 5 seconds, though, right? Or I didn't really pay attention to that part. I just paid attention to the pump.
Not sure what's going on.
In our new process, is that what we want? So the strobe is still on, and is the water still heating?
Yep. It's just these 3 rungs that we're not getting anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run it again and see if this timer ever takes off running. I feel like it had to have, because this wouldn't have moved this number to turn the fan on unless this bit became enabled.
I guess just watch rung 5.
All right. Stop. Turn it on. Pump one runs for 5 seconds. When it's done,
Well, the exhaust fan came on right away.
the timer never started.
Right.
Oh, I know why.
Is that because of control on and rung 7?
Well, this timer is being done, which starts the timer.
Right.
Then after it's done, the
Turns
timer is not
everything off.
enabled anymore. So this
Yes.
becomes false and it stops timing.
Right.
You know
So
what
it
I
comes
mean?
on for like half a second.
Probably not even that, but yeah,
Right,
we pump
yeah.
in parallel around that. Probably T4 one timer timing to keep it running.
In parallel.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
So I'll
Do I
stop.
have control?
Yep, you got it.
All right. What am I looking for? Can I? That's a branch. It's really hard to see.
You want to go offline first, Brady?
All right. Forgot about that. Then that's a branch. And then add a timer timing of T41. Could I just do the drop down for that, or would I?
You
have
can
to
type it in or
manually
you
do
can drop it down, whatever's easiest.
So T4. Wait. It's T41, right? Or T40?
You're in
Input?
yeah.
Yeah, I see. Oops. All right, you know what? Let me just
T4 bracket 1.
get find that on my keyboard. Why don't I know? T4, whoops. T4. 1, right?
Sorry, I'm messing with you.
Oh, you're good. T4 bracket 1.
Dot
TT.
TT.
All right, cool.
You
And
try
it
that
should,
again?
yeah,
Should
try it
we
again.
download it?
Yep, download it.
Remote run.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Keep forgetting that it's the proc sensor. One, two, three, 4, 5. There we go. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right, we're good.
Cool.
So the only thing I think we should add is, let me have it back, Brady.
All
I
right.
got it back. Okay. The only thing I think we should add is we got that. That. We need this top red pilot light. Eventually we'll get selector left to jog pump 1. Tell you what, since it's after 10:30, I'll just highlight these. And we'll know that next week, this is where we got to start.
All right.
Who let that woman in?
You guys still beefing?
We're always beefing.
Fuck you, Nate.
She didn't play video games with me yesterday.
When?
All day I was waiting for you to get on and play video games with me, but you were like,
You
no.
never asked me to play video games. I watched Hulu all day, so I actually was on all day. Actually, whenever I got home from work. But that's basically all day.
Did you get a new
All right, guys. That's where we're at.
All right.
Cool.
Cool. We only have a little bit left.
Did we
Yeah.
graduate?
The digital display is going to take some doing.
Yeah.
I'm
Nah.
controlling my screen still.
It says you are controlling Zach Flynn's screen. How do I undo it?
You just stop.
There, now I'm doing it.
So, Zach's also in here. Hey, Zach.
Hello.
What have you been up to recently?
Not much.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later.
He's still too heartbroken that Lego Star Wars hasn't come out. So.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. They haven't even announced
What
it.
in the world? They didn't push back Animal Crossing. Why would they push back Lego Star Wars?
I don't know. They
Or
haven't said a
Cookie
release
Mama.
date.
They're making a Cookie Mama for Switch.
Bye, Zach. Bye, Kenzie.
Bye, Nathan.
See you.
All right, group 4. Is everybody here?
Except for Tyler.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, Tyler ain't here.
Oh. Though my stomach's a little screwed up today, so I might be in and out.
Damn, Don.
TMI, Don. TMI. All right. Does somebody have this screen open? Because I'm going to move it so I can read it while you guys are working. Somebody should have the process open. Somebody should have all the inputs and outputs open to help the person.
Programming.
Yeah.
Who's programming today? I mean, Zach has the paper. Someone else had the doc. No, I think Zach was the one that.
Zach
did both.
hasn't done any programming yet.
No, he hasn't done programming yet.
So Zach's gonna program today.
Zach,
Okay.
that's so exciting.
Yay.
Yay.
Notice me, senpai.
All right. I need to open up group 4.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I forgot something.
It's an everyday thing now. I'm so sorry.
16.
I said it's an everyday thing now. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna save as 4 23. And let's see what you guys got. You've got green normally open push button. Red push button is e-stop. Selector left enables process 1. I don't even see the selector switch in there.
We never put a selector switch in. Last time we were doing this, it was just the green push button fills it, and then after it fills, it's supposed to drain. I think that's what we're doing. I know it's supposed to heat up, then drain or something like that. What did we need a selector switch for?
Because we have 2 processes. So
Yeah,
when you turn it to the left, it does process 1. When we turn it to the right, it does the other process.
Oh,
Yes, but you're using the yellow button for process 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could have both those enabled, but I would put I would make like selector left, like a jog. So whenever the control is on, we're we can jog those pumps. You know what I mean? Because you saw, remember when I put in rung 2, so I could jog pump 2 with the yellow button. We're going to end up using the yellow button anyway. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I won't have any way to jog the tanks, you know?
Okay.
So what if we rewrite this just a little bit? I know Zach worked hard on this, but for all processes. For all process control. Okay, so you got selector left. We're going to change that to selector left, jogs pump 1. With control. We're going to use just to turn the control on, like enable.
Okay.
Are we using the proc switch, the proc sensor?
Yeah, because we have it filling to a certain level in our process number 2.
Well, that's the distance sensor. I'm talking about the proximity.
Yeah, I don't think we have that in there.
Let's use that for like process enable. Selector left, jogs pump 1 control on.
Wait, what's the difference between a proximity and a distance sensor? Like, I thought that they were.
The distance sensor is sort of a proximity sensor too. It's just an analog signal.
Okay. Okay, because I mean, like, trying to think about it, I was like, wait, I thought those were like synonyms. But okay, I understand.
They both detect. They'll both output a signal if there's something within the proximity of the sensor, right?
Yeah.
But one will output an analog signal and tell you how far away it is, and the other one just goes true or false. It's on or off.
Okay, that makes sense.
Jogs pump 2 with control. Should we have a pilot light when the control is on?
Yeah. Well, we have the strobe light whenever it's filling, like whenever it's on.
While filling the strobe light flashes, right green. So this is, I'm assuming, is left green. Strobe is energized when it takes fine. Red pilot light. We'll make this the top red pilot light. Okay. Are we using the bottom red pilot light anywhere?
No.
All right, let's use the bottom red pilot light. Means the control is on.
Okay.
Okay. So if you open up this same file in the shared drive, you should see those changes because it automatically saves.
Okay.
So let's, before we start, change all this stuff. So let's just go rung by rung, and I'll do it for you so we can move through this change quickly. but we need a control on bit, right? And one thing I'm gonna do too is we have any binaries being used yet?
Um, I think so. Actually, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see any. So this will be control on. What's gonna proc sensor is control on? Okay. So what's the proc sensor? Anybody have it open? No? Okay, I found it. Control on green push button. Oh, what else do we need? Bottom red pilot light. Is everybody following what I'm doing?
Yes.
Because I'm moving quickly because I want to get you back to where you were. What's the bottom red pilot light? Found it. What else? We need a jog run. Whoa. And we need selector left. What's selector left?
That is module 1, channel 2.
Thank you. And this is going to be pump 1. So this is what's selector right. 3.
Yeah, channel 3.
And what is pump 2? Data 2. Oh man, I'm good.
Wow.
Whenever pump 1 is on, the strobe light's on. Okay, so here's what I'm looking at. You don't want more than one rung controlling an output.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take this jog rung and just apply it to rung 3.
Okay.
So I'll put selector left parallel around all this.
Okay.
And then we'll put an interlock in there so that the right pump will not energize at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops. Hurry. Control on selector left will run that pump. Green push button will turn it on, and this will hold it until this turns it off. Right? Does that look like
Yeah.
it's gonna work? And then we need an interlock saying pump 2 is not on.
Yeah.
That'll look right. I know I'm
Yeah.
flying through it, but I didn't want to waste your time since I'm the one that wanted to change all your stuff. So what is the error? Here. What's the error? What is the error? Run 1, output energize. Run 4, output energize. Run 2, argument must. What was this?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Hmm?
What does that mean?
If the sensor is less than, what did we decide? I forget. Was it 30,000? Or was it
Yeah. I think 30,000.
Yeah.
Okay, that did it. All right, so what should happen here? If I Rox is going to turn the control on in the bottom red pilot light. Control is on. And I can jog the right pump. And if I hit jog the left pump, oh boy.
What happened?
I just went to jog this. Okay. You see what happened? I had the control on. I went to jog this, and it turned the pump on, but I couldn't turn it off. I turned this off because this energized, and this was less than 31,000, so it just kept running.
Oh,
So I needed an interlock with the selector switch to keep that from happening.
gotcha.
Once I get this fixed, I'll give it to you, Zach. I promise.
Okay. Take your time.
I feel like I'm having all the fun here. Let's try this again. Control on. Selector left. Uh-oh. Still not.
Why didn't that work? Do we have to have a switch on that same rung that can turn it off?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out a way I can jog the pump and turn it back off. So I need it to be independent of this stuff.
Yeah. Since those are all in parallel, like you have, as long as that's true, you won't be able to jog it and turn it back off.
I'm gonna have to use binary bit maybe. P31.
Or, I mean, does it have to be independent, or can we have a way to stop it before everything parallel?
What do you mean?
So if you have, like, right next to the control on, if we add something right there in that branch before it all goes parallel, that doesn't have to be independent, because it'll stop power before all of those rungs.
Well, I think this will work.
Yeah, I'm not saying that won't work. I'm just saying, like, maybe there's a way to keep them all parallel.
I think we just need to have the distance sensor on a different rung and have it controlling a bit instead of controlling the output itself.
Okay.
And then we can
Okay.
use that bit hopefully to hold the pump on while we have the green push button energized. I think this will work.
Okay.
If not, then I don't know what we're going to do.
More troubleshooting.
Yeah. One. We're using one. Right. Water. Low.
I guess the only thing that I'm having trouble understanding is what's the difference between having the actual distance sensor on that line versus the bit, because won't the bit be doing exactly what the distance sensor is saying to do? So isn't it
Well,
the same thing?
I don't know, because having something in series with it on that rung is what's making it difficult.
Yeah, but if we have a bit that's controlled by that in series, it's doing the same thing that the actual sensor would be doing if it was still on that line.
Maybe, but right now what's holding it is not in series with anything, you know?
Okay.
So
Okay.
here's what I'm saying, and hopefully I can explain this right. Before, this was here, right?
Yeah.
And this wasn't here.
Mhm.
So when you'd hit the button, the pump would keep it on, this would keep it on, and I didn't have a way to shut that off without hitting the stop button. By moving it down here, what I'm hoping will happen is energizing this bit. I can have this on its rung all by itself. So when I energize this, if this is true,
Yeah.
which right now it's not, I'll have to jog it back the other way. If this is true, I can hit that button and the pump will come on and it'll stay on. You know, this bypasses the green push button. So this is like a seal in. It'll stay on until this becomes false.
Yeah.
On that whole thing, I can jog it by myself if I want to.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna control on. Oh boy. Okay, that's not working. Crap.
Yeah, it's doing the same thing as if the distance sensor was still on that rung.
Why are you yelling at me?
That's the quietest I've spoken all morning.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
So, okay, so I'm saying, so the green push button is what you're trying to use to stop it?
No, we want this to work. We want it all to work, but we also want a way to jog it.
To turn off, right?
Yeah.
And so what button are we using to turn it off?
We're using the distance sensor to turn it off.
Okay, so should we have a greater than bit running before the 3 parallel then? That's normally normally open. No, that would be normally closed, right? And then if it turns greater than that, then it opens everything after that on that line.
Which rung are you talking about?
I'm talking about before those 3 rungs. If we want something to stop it completely, shouldn't we have something right there? Yeah, where your mouse is. Because it eliminates the possibility of one rung keeping it open. Essentially what I'm trying to say is, like, whenever you have like an emergency stop button, then you have a parallel start and then the motor locking it in. So shouldn't we need an equivalent of that stop button before the parallel branches?
I'm not sure I follow you.
If we want something to eliminate the possibility of those three rungs of turning on, we need something next to the control on bit before those 3 rungs that could turn off all 3 of those, so that there's not a possibility that the middle rung or the bottom rung
Well,
is
that's what the red push button is for, right? Because if we hit the red push button, it's going to kill control on, right? It'll kill everything.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait. If opening that kills it, shouldn't that control on bit on rung 2 be normally closed then? So that as soon as you hit it, it opens up?
I'm not sure.
Because normally e-stop buttons are normally closed. So if that's our e-stop, then it should be normally closed.
And we can do it this way. It's just we won't be able to jog it if it's above the high level, and I guess that's fine. Do you understand? I was
Yeah.
hoping to have a way that we could.
Oh, Tyler's here.
Maybe this is what I was thinking of. Maybe, just maybe, this will work. Maybe this is it. Maybe, just maybe.
Hopefully.
Cross your fingers.
Gotcha.
Okay, control on. Red pilot light. Selector right. Cool. Green push button, we'll do that later. Selector left. Cool. Oh, it's still doing it. Damn it. Well, we'll fix that later. I want you guys to get going on what you got to do. But let's see if the distance sensor part works. So green.
Wait. I have a question.
Yeah.
It's still going because that pump 1 left is turning on. Does that mean that pump 1 left shouldn't be on a rung on its own? Should it be behind selector left or behind green normally open push button? Because that's the only rung that's making it go still. So I think if we don't have that parallel, if we have it in series with one of the other 2 rungs, then it should work.
Where Where do you want it?
Okay, so pump 1 left, drag that up behind green normally open push button. Behind it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
There? There?
behind
There?
right there. And then you can delete that other one. And then try that.
Okay, if I hit the button now, nothing's gonna happen because
No, because
if I
pump
make this
1
true,
left.
pump 1 left is not true, right? So it won't start. This was the sealing.
That was a ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is okay.
I'm gonna play around with it later and see if I can get it figured out. I'll just let you guys forget the jog stuff right now. Let's just make your process work. All right, so let's do this again. Rocks, green, until that gets to the high level, and then that should stop. Okay, so that's working. Now, what did we have going on in rung 3? Bottom red, pilot lights, control on.
So once it fills up, then it starts heating up.
And then once it gets to 115 degrees, it shuts off, I think.
Okay.
Yep, and we already did the interpolating to find out what that is.
Yeah. 115 took a long time last time, so we might want to make that a little lower.
It did take a long time.
Let's make it, so right now the temperature is at this 10,000 mark. Let's just make it temporarily like 10,500,
Yeah, that's cool with me.
just to make it quick.
Yeah.
So we had once the distance sensor was high, water heat and stir is on until this, so it should be heating up right now.
Yeah.
It's just gonna take a little bit.
It's gonna take a lot of it.
Okay, so that's working. Now what?
Okay, so once it gets to the temperature, then it starts to drain. So,
All right, I'm gonna give it over to Zach.
okay.
You there, Zach?
His mic is on.
Yeah, I'm here.
There we go.
Okay. So we needed to drain.
Yeah, we need to drain. And then we have to let's have a normally open normally open that closes once that water heater and stir is done.
Okay. So
Like local 4. It's gonna be input though. Data 7. That's a loud freaking train.
Good grief.
Sorry, the parking garage here is right next to train tracks. So
40. So where's this thing at?
try the local 4i. Oh,
This one?
maybe not. I don't know.
It's like not even in there.
Yeah, that's. Wait. Go back down. Go back down. Do the 4. Oh, go down. Okay, the 4.0 data,
This one?
like that. Then are you able to like? Oh, can you put 7? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
So
once that is. Wait a second. No, because that would close once that's running. So how do we go about once that's done? Like once that's not running anymore. Okay, so we could probably do the water temp sensor if it's greater than, then it can
okay. Yeah.
then it can drain, because we know for sure that the water heater and stir won't be running.
What are you trying to do? I'm lost.
Alright, so on this rung, once it's done, like once it's to that temperature, then it starts draining. So we have to find a way to activate the pump once the
Would it
water
be greater than or equal to?
do greater than,
Okay.
just to be safe.
What so you're gonna say the temperature is greater than something?
Yeah, once the temperature is greater than what we have it set to be in the rung before this, like the 10-250, because once it's greater than that temperature, then we know that the water heater and stir won't be going.
Okay, but why couldn't you just use the examine if open though?
because if we have the examine if open, then once that's, I mean, because that's not turning on right away. So since we're starting off the process and that's already not on yet, if we have a
like it will energize pump 2 prematurely if we use.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can look at using something else to control it as well, right? What if
we can do the interlock so that the other pump can't be on. So if both the first pump isn't going and the water and heater stir isn't going, then it can run.
Well, let's look at it like chronologically first.
Okay.
This is jog pump right, control green push button. This fills up, strobe turns on until this gets to a high level. Once it's at a high level,
Okay, so if we have a
or will heat
if we have normally closed for no, if we have normally so I'm trying to think. I'm trying to like visualize this. So if pump one on. Okay, so if we have a normally closed for pump 1, but then after that we have a normally open for the water heater. So that no, because
I would suggest we try something and then see if we can manipulate it to make it work.
okay.
So I would put an examine if open tied to the water heat and stir.
Okay.
Examine if open in here.
No, on rung 4.
Oh, okay.
Goodness gracious.
And then this one would be
Just take a water heat and stir local 4 whatever and drag it down there.
okay.
And then we're going to put pump 2 in there.
Yeah, as an output.
And we need to make sure anytime we got pumps in there, we need to make sure we've got control on the control on bit in front of the whole thing so we can turn it off if we need to.
Okay.
Control on. Okay.
So you'll be able to drag that. Oh, I mean, I'll let you know that. Oh, did you see?
And then pump 2. Is that under module 2?
No, it's going to be output either 4 or 5. I think it's 5 out, yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, 4 out. So do the drop down next to that. Yep, click on that and then hit the drop down. Now hover over number 2. Yep, there it is.
All right.
So what we have right now is if the water heat and stir is off and if control is on, then pump 2 will take off. Like you were saying, Mackenzie, like if we just download this right now and hit control on, pump 2 will start running. So what can we use in the process before this to keep that from happening?
An interlock with pump 1.
Yeah, we can do that. But pump 1 is only going to stop. You can go ahead and put that in there.
Okay.
I'm thinking interlock with pump 1 because at no point is both water heater and stir and pump 1 going like at the same time.
Okay. So pump 1's going to be 4 out, data 3 maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we're there yet, but we can try it and see what happens. You have to delete rung 5.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm liking it.
But shouldn't pump 1 be on right now?
There's relays clicking all over the place.
Is pump 1 not on?
1 is not turning on.
Okay, so why is pump 1 not? Okay, can you scroll up before you do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's because there's an interlock with pump 2 for the rung with pump 1. Okay, so we have to add something to rung 4 that will make sure that, okay, do you guys see what I mean?
Yeah, well, let's look at it rung by rung. When I hit control on, one of the pumps is just taking off running.
Yeah, so since pump 2 is running, it won't turn pump 1 on, which we were relying on pump 1 turning on to turn, like, to keep pump 2 off. So that's where our problem is. So we have to add something to rung 4 that will, like, add another thing that will make sure that pump 2 isn't running off the get-go.
Okay.
Yeah, because whenever it puts control on, since all 3 of those are true, pump 2's on. So since pump 2's on, it's opening that interlock on rung 2, which means pump 1 can't turn on.
So
Yeah, so what are we gonna... I mean, we might not need the... No, we would need that.
I think we're going to have to use some instructions called one-shot risings to control this stuff because we've got too many things dependent on too many things for it to keep running.
Okay.
One shot allows something to be true for one single scan. You know, So if you're doing
Okay.
something in a process step by step by step, instead of relying on one output to be done before this one happens, you can use one shots. And it's kind of hard to describe now since we're so late in the class period. But I'm going to have to, I think we're going to have to go back to the drawing board because we're just running into too many problems right away. And why don't you guys do a little Googling and YouTubing on one shots? So there's output. This one shot rising, one shot falling.
Okay.
I'd like you guys to look at those for next time. And I'm going to play around with this and see if I can't get it working, like come up with a solution. So at
Okay.
least I know what we're working towards. Because right now we're too, do you understand what I mean? Like we're too dependent on this thing to be done before this will happen, this thing to be done. And then when we
Yeah.
want the process to reverse and go the other direction, then that's where we're running into this stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do to fix this, but let's take the week to put our heads together. If you guys want me to, do you want me to, why don't I save this rung as, or save this what it is right now as a PDF, and I'll load it to your group 4 file so you can look at it and see if you can come up with your own solution.
Okay. Can I suggest something real fast?
Yup.
Could we take out the pump 1 interlock and put like the distance sensor so it whenever it like if it's closes from the rung before?
Well, that's the problem though, because we can't.
No, the distance sensor, not the water temp.
Oh.
Because the
We
pump
can,
1,
but this is an analog value, right?
right?
So we'd have to create another rung and put this in and use like a B3.
Okay. Instead of having a different distance sensor on that rung.
What do you mean? So like a less than or greater than?
I'm trying to think because since pump 1 like is determining what that distance sensor is reading because it's filling. Maybe have it so that if it's, I don't know, never mind.
So you want like a less than or what?
I was thinking that, but then that means that it's gonna still be closed while pump 1's going because it's less than
Right.
like the peak. So
That's
yeah.
There's too much of this. So I think we need to go back to the drawing board and probably gonna end up using some one shots.
Okay.
Or another thing that we can think about is using like a latching output for like, let's break this thing down. You've already got it broken down to process 1 and process 2. We could have some control bits that like break it down even further. So process 1 fill, and process 1 empty. So that those, whatever we want to happen during that process, we can break it down into individual sections.
Okay.
So process 1 fill will be one latching output, And then we'd have something when that's done, unlatch that, so that goes false. Then process 2 latches at the same time. You know,
Okay.
and then have that process going. So you'd have process 1 fill, process 1 heat, process 1 drain,
Okay.
and then you could have yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
more than one way to skin a cat, but we'll get there.
Okay.
For now, I'm going to save this and I'll print a PDF and put it on your shared drive.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Not about this.
Okay, where's the other Don and Tyler? Are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else before we part ways?
There's just stuff that I want to talk to you about, Zach.
Okay.
Hey, do you need us for anything else?
Nope. That's it for today.
All right. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye. Okay, so I was with how packed my schedule is right now, I was wondering if it's possible if I drop my gen eds, because I'm in a speech class and I'm in a history class, and having those on top of all of these has been really overwhelming, especially in an online format.
Mm-hmm.
And that affects me not being able to graduate next month, but I'm honestly completely fine with that.
Okay.
So I don't know what steps to take to drop those.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Things are a little weird right now with the COVID stuff when you want to drop. But the
Okay.
good thing is because of the COVID stuff, they're doing like you can apply for tuition reimbursement and all that stuff. So right now you're past the dates for drop with no penalty and all that. You know that, right?
Okay. Yes, I know that.
But what will happen is I will give me a second. I can't do 2 things at once.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
2:30 group 4 upload file downloads group 4 423. Okay, and then do this and then stop the recording.